Hello, everybody, and welcome to Lancer Field, home of the St. Francis Lancers, for today's softball game between the undefeated Notre Dame Belmont and the home team St. Francis, off to a rough 0-2 start. I'm Paul Cunningham, proud as always to bring you today's telecast. Very quickly, the starting lineups for both squads. We'll go through the batting order of Notre Dame Belmont first. Leading off will be their center fielder, Amy Farrell. She'll be followed by second baseman Kim Farrell, third baseman Rachel Vogel, pitcher Jen Ponzo, catcher Elise Sterin, first baseman Kelly Littlejohn, shortstop Chloe Klosman, right fielder Jackie Murray, and left fielder Daniel DeFries. Defensively for the Lancers, around the outfield, Val Pease in left field, Christine Crawford in center, Jody Voss in right field. In the infield, Kim Maher at first, Steph Graytak at second base, Courtney Broderick at third base, Gina DeMaestri is the shortstop. Behind the plate is Bryn Cahill, and on the hill, getting ready to throw her first pitch, is May Salsa. So the Notre Dame Tigers won their opener against Aragon High School and are undefeated at 1-0. First pitch missed for a ball. 1-0 to the left-handed hitting Amy Farrell. Takes at the knees. Ball two. That didn't miss much. Finally a clear day here. Don't want to jinx it as they predict maybe some clouds later. High, ball three, and May Salsa needs to get a strike over here. But the field bathed in sunshine right now with just a few shadows down the first baseline in right field. High, ball four. Farrell is on board for the Tigers. Bring up second baseman Kim Farrell. Shot of Amy Farrell down at first base. First base coach is Leroy Klosman. And May Salsa needs to throw a strike here. Bunt, nice bunt laid down. Salsa with it, she'll go to first. Graytak there to cover. Farrell with a sacrifice bunt moves her sister over to second base. One out, brings up third baseman Rachel Vogel.
Let's go, Vogel. Come on now, 18.
One out, runner at second. Top of the first inning. Just a bit up, 1-0. The Lancers in their extremely bright gold uniforms. With a wisp of brown around the right thigh. On the corner for a strike, count evens 1-1. It is warm in the sun. It is cold in the shade. Change up. Comes in high. 2-1 the count. Fastball in there for a strike. Count evens 2-2. First time we have seen May Salsa on the mound this year. I don't know if this is the first game she's pitched. She may have pitched in their previous game. No, I've just been confirmed this is the first game she has pitched, and down goes Vogel on strike, so she gets out the number 3 hitter for Notre Dame Belmont. There's 2 outs. It'll bring up pitcher Jen Ponzo. Ground ball to short. DeMaestri has it on 2 hops across to first in time. That'll do it for Notre Dame Belmont in the top of the first. We're through a half inning. Notre Dame Belmont nothing, St. Francis coming to bat. Bottom of the first inning, I'll quickly go through the St. Francis batting order. Christine Crawford, the center fielder, will lead off. She's followed by May Salsa, Bryn Cahill, Gina DeMaestri, Kim Maher, Jody Voss, Steph Graytek, Courtney Broderick, and Val Peace. Defensively for Notre Dame Belmont, Danielle DeFries in left, Amy Farrell in center, Jackie Murray in right field, Kelly Littlejohn at first, Kim Farrell at second, Rachel Vogel at third, Chloe Klosman is the shortstop, Elise Steeren behind the plate, and Jen Ponzo gets her first pitch over at the knees for a strike, 0-1 to Christine Crawford. Attempted bunt, got it out there a little bit late, fouls it off, 0-2. Change of pace, doesn't go for it. Up and away, ball 1-1-2. Swung on a miss, strike 3. Down goes Crawford on strikes, 1 out. Bring up the pitcher, May Salsa. Bottom of the first, no score. Salsa takes low and away, ball 1-0. Outside again, 2-0. Fouled straight back. Good cut by Salsa. Just under it. 2-1 the count to May. Low and away, ball 3, 3-1. Called strike 2. Count runs full. Salsa thought about going for that one and laid off, and a called strike. Takes outside and away, ball 4, and the Lancers have their first base runner of the day in May Salsa. Bring up the catcher, Bryn Cahill. She looks down to Julie Markley for a series of signs. Time called by Cahill. Salsa with good speed at first base. First pitch to Cahill. This is outside, ball 1. Low, 2-0. So Ponzo struggling with the strike zone right now. She walked May Salsa, now falls behind 2-0 to Bryn Cahill. Rachel Vogel plays tight at third. High, ball 3, 3-0. Catches the inside corner for a strike. Count goes to 3-1. Julie Markley a little frustrated that Cahill won't look down for the sign. That misses, low and away, ball 4. So after a strikeout of Crawford, Ponzo has walked 2 consecutive batters, and that will bring Elise Steeren and Kelly Littlejohn over to have a chat with her. Or check that. That's Kim Farrell. One out, runners at first and second. Bottom of the first inning, no hits by either club yet. Shortstop Gina DeMaestri steps in. Takes at the knees for a strike, 0-1. DeMaestri squares and takes strike 2. Oh and 2 to DeMaestri. Takes low and away. Ball 1, 1-2 to DeMaestri. Kim Maher waits on deck for the Lancers. Change up, swung on and missed, strike 3. Down goes DeMaestri. Nice pitch by Ponzo. She pulled the string on that one, and DeMaestri was way out in front of it. First baseman Kim Maher will step in. Takes outside, ball 1. Grounded to first base. Littlejohn gets it. Covering is Kim Farrell. And they retire Kim Maher on a 3-4 for the third out. That'll do it for the Lancers. We are through 1. There's no score. May Salsa has completed her warm-ups here in the top of the second inning. For Notre Dame Belmont, Elise Steeren will lead off. Their catcher should be followed by Kelly Littlejohn and Chloe Klosman. Pops this one up on the infield. Over near the fence is Kim Maher. She's there. She makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out for May Salsa. Nice play by Maher to know where the fence was, and she had plenty of room to make the catch. First baseman Kelly Littlejohn steps in. Change up high, ball 1. Fouled up into the screen. Count evens 1-1. Fisted on her, and May Salsa goes back to make the catch on the soft fly on the infield. 2 outs. Nice pitch. Littlejohn just got fisted on it. Could not drive that pitch. 2 outs. Shortstop. Chloe Klosman steps in. Takes it the letters for a strike, 0-1. Grounded to third. Up with it is Broderick across the diamond to Maher in time. It's a 1-2-3 inning for May Salsa and the Lancers. We are through 1.5, no score. Leading off for the Lancers in the bottom of the second inning will be right fielder Jody Voss. She'll be followed by Steph Graytek and Courtney Broderick. Wait for Barry Ivers to assume his position at first base coach. He's getting older. It takes him longer to get over there. I can kid Barry. I played softball with him. First pitch to Voss, misses outside, ball one. No score. Here, just starting the bottom of the second inning. Two and 0 to Voss. So the Lancers look to win their first game of the season. Pitch misses inside. 3 and 0 to Jody Voss. Pitch belt high for a strike. 3 and 1 the count to Jody Voss. Swung on a miss, strike two. Count runs full. Check swing. They ask for help. No, she walks, ball four. So the leadoff batter aboard for the Lancers. See what they can do with it as second baseman Steph Graytek steps in. Pitch at the knees for a strike, 0-1. Foul ball. Oh, they're going to say she's out of the ball. Now it's foul. It hit the batter. I'm not sure if it wasn't foul out of the box. She should have been out, but I'm not going to argue with the umpires. Count goes to 0-2. It had to be either or. It had to be foul right away, or she's out for being out of the box and getting hit by the baseball. Softball, check that. 0-2 to Graytek. Just misses outside. 1-2 the count. Change up, goes foul. Count holds 1-2 on the changeup. She just did get a piece of that. Swung on a miss, strike three. Down goes Graytek for the first out. Brings up third baseman Courtney Broderick. Squares the bunt. It skips past catcher Elise Steeren. The runner will advance to second base on the wild pitch. One and 0 the count to Courtney Broderick. Runner in scoring position now for the Lancers. Pitch in there for a strike. Count evens 1-1. Squares the bunt, fouled at the plate. 1-2 the count to Broderick. Low, count evens 2-2. Swung on a miss, strike 3. Down goes Broderick. 4th strikeout on the day for Ponzo. Brings up left fielder Val Peace. High ball 1 to Pease. In there for a strike, count evens 1-1. Fouled at the plate. Ponzo jumps ahead 1-2. High and away. Count evens 2-2. Two outs, runner at second for St. Francis. Bottom of the second inning, no score. Fouled at the plate. Peace hangs in there. Low. And away. Good location. Couldn't get Pease to fish for it. Swung on a miss, strike 3. So after a leadoff walk, Ponzo strikes out the next 3 batters she sees. We are through 2. There's no score. Way down the left field line, Rolene Salsa and her grandson. Leading off for Notre Dame Belmont, right fielder Jackie Murray. Takes low and away, ball 1. Fouled up into the screen. Count evens 1-1. Top of the third inning, no score. No hits for either team yet. Squares the bunt again, fouls it off. Count goes to 1-2. Slashed down the right field line. Over there, can't hang on is Courtney Broderick. She had it in her glove and then it popped out. Grounded to first. Maher up with it. Gets it over to Graytech in time. For out number 1. Murray went for one a little bit out of the strike zone and grounded it down the first baseline to a charging Kim Maher. Turned it through to Steph Graytek for the first out. Brings up Danielle DeFries, the Tiger left fielder. Shot at Greg Burnett, the Notre Dame Belmont head coach. Swung on and missed by DeFries. One out, nobody on. Bottom of the third. Squares as if and pulls back. Low for a ball, 2-2 to Danielle DeFries. High inside as DeFries bails out of the way, and I can't blame her. Up around the chin. Slapped into the screen. The home plate side. Count stays full. Slaps it again and sticks it into the fence. That's your ball game. We can't play anymore. Barry Ivers will climb the screen as only Barry can, and you hope that he won't die. Okay, he gets it down. A round of applause for Barry Ivers as he climbs all the way to the top of the fence, and now there he comes down, and like he was 20 years younger for a moment. Full count to DeFries. Slaps it into the screen again. So she is working May salsa. Swung on a miss, strike three, and Salsa wins that battle, but boy, DeFries worked her. We are back to the top of the Notre Dame Belmont order. Center fielder Amy Farrell, she walked her first at bat. Got all the way to second baseman, and she has been the only Tiger base runner so far today. Ball one to Farrell. Low ball 2-0 to Farrell. Fouled straight up into the screen. Falls harmlessly to earth. Count goes to 2-1. Swung on a miss, strike two. Count will leave it at 2-2. 2 outs, nobody on. Top of the third. Grounded into the hole. DeMaestri up with it. Won't be able to get a throw across the diamond, and Farrell is on with a single. She put that deep into the hole and will get credited with an infield hit. Brings up second baseman Kim Farrell. So the first base hit of the ball game off the bat of Amy Farrell. She's been on base both times today. Kim Farrell laid down a sacrifice bunt, her first at bat. She pops this one up, foul, out of play. Over into the convalescent home. Somebody will wheel out and get that one. 0-1 to Farrell. Runner goes. May Salsa pegs that one as a shot right back up the middle. Throws over to Kim Maher in time to retire the side. That'll do it for the Tigers in the top of the third. They get their first hit of the game, but they can't push a run across. We are through 2.5, no score. Christine Crawford steps in for the Lancers here in the bottom of the third inning. First pitch to Crawford was over for a strike, 0-1. Crawford, the victim of a strikeout, her first at bat, squares, deadens the ball, but foul, 0-2. Pitch misses just outside. Gets away from Steeren. Count goes to 1-2. Change up. She offers at it. Swings and misses. The umpire bangs her out on strikes. Christine Crawford, victim of a strikeout for the second time today. One out, nobody on. The sixth strikeout of the game so far for Jen Ponzo. Fouled straight back into the screen by May Salsa. Salsa walked her first at bat. Inside for a ball. Count evens 1-1. Change up in there for a strike. 1-2. Low and away. Count evens 2-2. No score here in the bottom of the third. In there, strike three. Down goes Salsa. So Ponzo has struck out 5 in a row since issuing a walk to Jody Voss. Bryn Cahill steps in. Cahill walked in her first at bat. Low and in. It's the opening pitch to Cahill. 1-0. In there for a strike. Count evens 1-1. Low ball 2-1. In there for a strike. Count evens 2-2. Outside, ball 3. Count runs full to Bryn Cahill. Low ball 4, so Cahill walks for the second time today. Brings up shortstop Gina DeMaestri. We'll have a pinch runner for St. Francis. It is number 10, Jenna Bragato, who runs for Bryn Cahill. So you might anticipate some activity on the base paths by the Lancers. First pitch of the knees misses. Ball 1. Change up in there for a strike. Count evens 1-1. Pitch misses away. Ball 2, 2-1 the count to DeMaestri. DeMaestri struck out her first at bat. Inside for a ball. 3-1 to DeMaestri. So Ponzo had struck out 5 in a row. Now she's in danger of walking 2 in a row. Pitch in there for a strike. Count runs full. Swung on a miss, strike 3. Down goes DeMaestri, and down go the Lancers. We are through 3. There's no score. Top of the 4th inning. Notre Dame Belmont looks to get on the scoreboard. They'll send up Rachel Vogel, Jen Ponzo, and Elise Steeren. No score and only 1 hit in the ball game, that by Notre Dame Belmont. Back in the top of the 3rd. This one's lifted between 3rd and pitcher, and Broderick calls for it. Sosa gives way, and Broderick can't catch it. Error on the 3rd baseman. And Rachel Vogel is aboard. Another look at it. Broderick calls for it, and Sosa tries to get out of the way. Ticks off of Broderick's glove, falls in for an error. First pitch to Ponzo in there for a strike. Count evens 1-1. High. 2-1. To Jen Ponzo. Ponzo grounded out to shortstop. Her first at bat. Up and away. Ball 3, 3-1. Kelly Tialdi warms up in the Lancer bullpen. Grounded to short. DeMaestri off her glove, picks it up, tries to make a late throw across the diamond, can't do it. Skips away from Maher. Moving on to third is Amy Farrell. Check that, it's Rachel Vogel. Error on DeMaestri. Another look at it. See Ponzo hit it right to DeMaestri. It takes a little kick off to her right. She throws wildly at first and allows Vogel to advance to third base. So runners at first and third. Elise Steeren steps in. Nobody out. Notre Dame Belmont with their best opportunity of the day to get a run on the scoreboard here. Squares to bunt and can't get her hand out of the way in time or the bat. And the ball hits both for a foul. 0-2 to Steeren. Maybe look for the runner at first to run here and draw a throw to second. Grounded foul down the first baseline. Count holds 0-2. High for a ball, 1-2. Fouled up into the screen. Count holds 1-2. Elise Steeren battling May Salsa. Runners at first and third for Notre Dame Belmont. Nobody out. Grounded to DeMaestri. She's up with it. She's going to come home. Hook slide. She's safe. Vogel slides to the outside, gets the hand in before the tag. That was awfully close as DeMaestri quickly got the throw home. And that was bang, bang. We'll take another look at it. Vogel, the throw, yeah, she's in there. Good call by the umpire. Steeren not on a fielder's choice. Notre Dame Belmont with runners at first and second, nobody out. The Lancers now trail 1-0. Tipped off of May Salsa, late throw to first in time to get Kelly Littlejohn. Your basic 1-4 to 3. Runners advance to second and third. Bring up shortstop Chloe Klosman. Looks like they're going to run for, I believe, the runner at second base, which is Elise Steeren. She took that ball off the hand. I think they want to check on her. Number 3, Jen Tantia will come in to run for Steeren. So, I think we're all set now as the pinch runner has come in. Home plate umpire turns behind home plate where we anticipate finding him. 1 out, runners at second and third for Notre Dame Belmont. Shortstop Chloe Closman steps in. High and away, ball 1. One to nothing, Notre Dame Belmont in the lead here in the top of the 4th inning. Pitch at the knees for a strike. Count evens 1-1. Swung on a missed. Strike 2. Count goes to 1-2. Ripped into left field. There to make the catch is Val Pease. Tagging was Elise Stern. Check that was Jen Ponzo, but nowhere for her to go as Pease was all over that. Hard hit by Chloe Closman, but nothing to show for it. 2 outs, runners at second and third. Brings up right fielder Jackie Murray. First pitch swung on a miss, strike 1. So Mesa also trying to get out of a big jam here. Trying to only give up 1. The 2 errors on the inning have really hurt. Fouled at the plate. 0-2 to Murray. Murray grounded to first base, her first at bat. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Down goes Murray. Down go the Tigers. And we are through 3.5. And at the end of 3.5, Notre Dame Belmont in the lead, 1-0. It's our obligatory Steve DeMaestri shot along the outfield fence with Gordon Salsa, May's father. Enjoying the sun here in early March. Stepping in for the Lancers will be first baseman Kim Maher. She grounded out to first base, her first at bat. Takes ball 1. She'll be followed by Jody Voss and Steph Graytek. The Lancers looking to rally, try to avoid falling to 0-3 here on the early season. Pitch at the knees, count evens 1-1. Grounded towards Ponzo. She'll let it go through to her second baseman Farrell, who throws on to Little John for the out. 1 away. So Kim Farrell dispatches Kim Maher for the first out. Brings up right fielder Jody Voss. Voss walked in her first at bat. Takes down the heart of the plate for a strike, 0-1. Changeup grounded to short. Keeping the glove down very well was Chloe Closman. Throws across the diamond to retire Voss. And there are quickly 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Second baseman Steph Graytek will step in. Pitch catches the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. 0-2 to Great Tech. Fouled at the plate. Count holds 0-2 to Steph Great Tech. Great Tech struck out in her first at bat. Swung on a missed strike 3, goes down in the dirt, but Steeren throws down to Little John, and Great Tech finishes out the inning for the Lancers. We are through 4. Notre Dame Belmont in the lead, 1-0.
McKinley for Crawford.
Okay, just getting the changes from Barry Ivers. And we have 2 substitutions. As you see, Kelly Tialdi has come in to pitch for St. Francis. May Salsa has moved to center field. First pitch high and away to Danielle DeFries, ball 1. And now playing first base for the Lancers is Mira McKinley. So we're up to date. Bunt is down. And unable to handle the throw is Great Tech at first base. And it was going to be close anyway on the throw from Courtney Crawford. Check that, Courtney Broderick. So the leadoff batter aboard for Notre Dame Belmont. I'm going to give her a base hit on that just because I think she might have beat it out anyway. Foul ball. That was a tough call. I didn't have a great angle on it, but it looked like she beat the throw out even before it was bobbled. So a runner at first with nobody out. Swung on a missed strike 2, throw down to second on the steal. DeMaestri has it, but not close enough to the bag. And DeFries steals second base. So the Tigers with a runner in scoring position for Amy Farrell. Farrell is 1 for 1 on the day. She walked in the first, singled in the third. Farrell now switches over to batting right-handed. She batted left-hand while the runner went. Down she goes on strikes. 1 out. Bring up second baseman Kim Farrell. Change up in there for a strike. 0-1.
Let's go, Kim!
Let's do it, Kim.
Come on, Kimmy. Come on, butt back. Go, base it. High base it.
Ripped deep to center field over the head of May Salsa. Coming in easily is Danielle DeFries. Around second, on her way to third is Farrell. The throw to third nowhere near in time. Kim Farrell with an RBI triple. It's a 2-0 Notre Dame Belmont lead. Kimmy Farrell accepts congratulations from Greg Burnett at third. Another look at it. She got all of that pitch, and Mace also just had to turn tail and run to catch up with that. Scoring easily was Danielle DeFries. And Kim Farrell ended up at third base with a triple. 1 out, runner at third. Rachel Vogel steps in. She grounds this one slowly towards Courtney Broderick. She has no choice but to go to first base. RBI for Vogel. And it is a 3-0 Notre Dame Belmont lead. 2 outs brings up pitcher Jen Ponzo. Ponzo is grounded to short twice. Once she was thrown out. Second time was an error. She got on first. She grounds this one right out in front of home plate. Throw down to first in time to retire Ponzo. That'll do it for Notre Dame Belmont. But not before they strike for 2 runs and take a 3-0 lead. Leading off for the Lancers in the bottom of the 5th inning will be third baseman Courtney Broderick. She'll be followed by left fielder Val Pease and pitcher Kelly Tialdi. Looks like we may be getting ready to see a substitution for Pease as Steph Adelson is out on deck. Grounded right back to Ponzo. She snags it over to first. 1 pitch, 1 out.
7 for 11. 7 for 11.
Steph Adelson will enter the game and bat for Val Pease. So Adelson's first appearance of the day. Lancers trail 3-0, outside ball 1. Grounded down the first baseline, foul. By the time it got to Little John, it had gone to the foul side of the first base line, and good thing for Steph Adelson. She would have been easy pickings down at first. Grounded towards the hole at second. Farrell struggles with it, and on board is Adelson. Error on Kim Farrell. Going to have a pinch runner, or actually a re-entry, as Val Pease will enter to run for Steph Adelson. And Mira McKinley will step in. Her first at bat of the day. McKinley, left-handed batter, takes low and away, ball 1. McKinley's first at bat of the day, as I think I already pointed out. Becoming redundant here in the 5th. Low, ball 2, 2-0. McKinley's got the left pocket out of her shorts and the shirt tail out, and 3-0. Steal of second in there in time as Pease. She gets to second base on the stolen base. And the Lancers, for the 3rd time today, have a runner at second base. Count is 2-1 to McKinley. Grounded to short. Check of the runner. Throw to third, not in time as Chloe Closman checks her runner, makes a good throw across the diamond. Littlejohn tries to throw back to Vogel as Pease took off on the throw, and she gets into third base. And the Lancers look to get a run back, but there are 2 outs. And center fielder May Salsa steps in. Salsa swings and foul tips that one at home plate. 0-1. Good cut by Salsa. She takes a good aggressive swing at the ball. Outside for a ball. Count evens 1-1. Swung on and missed strike 2 as May fished for one there. Looked low and away. Slow roller to Farrell. Farrell up with it over to first base in time to retire Salsa. And down go the Lancers at the bottom of the 5th inning. We are through 5. Notre Dame Belmont 3, St. Francis nothing. So we apologize for some technical difficulties we had with one of our cameras that forced us to have to replace it. Just very quickly, we are in the top of the 6th inning. Notre Dame Belmont with a runner at second base with one out. The first batter, Elise Steeren, flew out to center field. Here's a grounder to short. DeMaestria with a checks the runner across the diamond in time. We lead the throw to third, and nice play by Courtney Broderick to double her up. So we get back just in time to see that. Kelly Littlejohn throwing out at third. She had gotten out on a double. The throw across the diamond pegs her at third. That'll do it for Notre Dame Belmont in the top of the 6th. We are through 5.5. It is 3-0 Notre Dame Belmont. Some of the Notre Dame Belmont crowd here today. Leading off for the Lancers, catcher Bryn Cahill. She's been on twice, both times with walks, and she takes low, ball 1. Bottom of the 6th inning as the Lancers look to rally from a 3-run deficit. Low, ball 2. Ball 3. So Cahill, who has walked twice today, is on the verge of walking for the 3rd time. Pitch in there for a strike. Count runs to 3-1. Ponzo has only walked 4 on the day, but Cahill has walked twice. Strike 2 on a pitch looked a tad low. Count runs full. Change up, nice pitch. Pulled the string on her, strike 3. Down goes Cahill. 10 strikeouts on the day now for Ponzo. Brings up shortstop Gina DeMaestri. DeMaestri 0 for 2 with 2 of the 10 strikeouts. Pitch in there on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Grounded foul down the first baseline. 0-2. Pitch misses outside for a ball, 1-2. Towards second, Farrell up with it over to first in time. Little John, nice stretch to retire DeMaestri. 2 outs. Bring up pitcher Kelly Tialdi. Tialdi swings and misses at the first offering from Jen Ponzo. 0-1. In the dirt, count evens 1-1. Bottom of the 6th, a 3-0 Notre Dame Belmont lead. There are 2 outs. Pitch inside to Tialdi, 2-1 the count. Swung on a missed, strike 2. Count evens 2-2. Outside ball 3. Tialdi looks back to make sure she's not going to get rung up, and count runs full. Inside ball 4. Tialdi on board with a 2-out walk. Bring up right fielder Jody Voss. Voss is 0 for 1 on the day. She walked in the second, grounded out to short in the 4th. Changeup misses. Ball 1. Grounded to third. Up with it is Vogel across the diamond. Pulling it out of the dirt is Littlejohn. And that will do it for the Lancers in the bottom of the 6th inning. We are through 6 complete. Notre Dame Belmont in the lead, 3-0. We go to the top of the 7th inning. Notre Dame Belmont in command right now, 3-0. Leading off for them will be right fielder Jackie Murray. She'll be followed by left fielder Danielle DeFries and center fielder Amy Farrell. So the outfield alignment to bat right now. Tialdi over to first, not in time. Jen Brigado was there, but it was Murray with good speed. Ball got past McKinley to Tialdi. Tialdi with a throw over and good speed on the part of Murray. Gets her on board, so a leadoff single for Notre Dame Belmont. Bunt foul by DeFries. Top of the 7th, and Notre Dame Belmont will look to add an insurance run. There for a strike. Throw down to second, not in time. DeMaestri shows the ball to the umpire, but to no avail. So I try to use a new word today. Stolen base for Murray. DeFries with an 0-2 count. An opportunity to pick up an RBI here. Pitch in the dirt, 1-2. The 1-2, grounded to third. Broderick checks the runner and bobbles enough to allow DeFries to get to first base. An error on Courtney Broderick. Keeps runners at first and second with nobody out. Brings up Amy Farrell. Farrell is 1 for 2 on the day. She walked, singled, and struck out. Checks her swing on the first pitch, high, ball 1. Ripped into left field for a base hit. Quick throw to third base, not in time by Val Pease. And the bases are loaded with nobody out. And Kim Farrell steps in. She has sacrificed, grounded back to the pitcher, and ripped a triple deep to center field. She has an RBI on the day. She is 1 for 2 with that RBI. Rips this one towards second. Nice play at second base by Jen Brigado on a smash off the bat of Kim Farrell. Brigado then tries to throw behind Jackie Murray at third base, and she was dead to rights at third, but a bad throw from Brigado over to Courtney Broderick avoids the double play. 1 out, bases loaded. Rachel Vogel steps in. Ripped into center field for a base hit. Salsa comes up with it. 1-run scores. Throws strong throw to the plate. Holds DeFries at third. It's a 4-0 lead as Rachel Vogel has herself a single and her second RBI of the ball game. Bases remain loaded with 1 out. Brings up pitcher Jen Ponzo. She grounds this one towards short. DeMaestri with the stop. Throws home for 1. And that's all they'll get. As DeFries is retired at home on a nice play by DeMaestri. 2 outs. Bases remain loaded. Elise Steeren steps in. And we'll get a pinch runner at first base. Well, Jen Tantillo is going to run again. I don't know how often she can run in a game, but she is running again. Pitch low for a ball.
I'm not even going on the hit because that hurts, but put it down. It's not good for my
Grounded in the hole at short. DeMaestri stops it. Tries to make the throw over to third base, but nothing doing. An infield hit and an RBI for Elise Steeren. Belmont scores again.
Stop, Rachel!
Bases remain loaded. And Kelly Littlejohn will step in. Inside, ball 1. A 5-0 Notre Dame Belmont lead. Pitch in there for a strike, throw behind at third, and in time to get a napping Rachel Vogel. Nice play by Bryn Cahill to throw in behind her. Courtney Broderick applies a tag, and that'll do it for Notre Dame Belmont in the top of the 7th, but they strike for 2 insurance runs. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Notre Dame Belmont in the lead, 5-0. Leading off for the Lancers in the bottom of the 7th is Jenna Brigado, and I would think Barry Iverson Julie Markley are probably conspiring never to have us come out here again as we go to the bottom of the 7th. The Lancers yet to have a hit, and eerily familiar to the first game we did of the season against Mitty where they were no hits. So this is going into our 14th inning of coverage of the Lancers, and we haven't seen them get a hit this year. This one's grounded right back to Ponzo. Over to first for out number 1, and Jen Ponzo has just pitched a gem here today for Notre Dame Belmont. Did a good job keeping the Lancers off balance. Courtney Broderick steps in. Soft fly ball to first, underneath the glove, and foul. Little John apparently did not touch that ball. Looked like she might have, but went underneath her glove and off into foul territory, and a break for Belmont. Another look at it. See it drop, and it wasn't touched. Just went off foul. This one's fouled at home plate. Good job by the umpires making that call. 0-2 to Courtney Broderick. Again, foul down the first baseline. Low and away. 1-2. Fouled again. So Broderick battling here. Trying to hang in. Grounded back to Ponzo again. Over to first in time. Out number 2. So Ponzo's got that down. And the last best hope for the Lancers, left fielder Val Pease. Pitch low, ball 1. Swung on and missed. Count evens 1-1. Fouled back into the screen. 1-2 to Pease. Change up in the dirt. Count evens 2-2. In there on the inside corner, strike 3. Ponzo. It's her 11th strikeout of the night, and that will do it for the Lancers. As you see, 2 runs, 5 hits. 5 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for Notre Dame Belmont. No runs, no hits, 2 errors on the Lancers. And St. Francis drops to 0-3. Belmont a perfect 2-0 here early in the season. That'll do it for us here at a Lancer Field as the Lancers try to regroup and battle back from an 0-3 record. Thanks to producer-director Lazarus Argenides, our camera crew Robin Frank and Brent Stone. The opening graphics, as always, by Brent Stone. Our thanks to the Notre Dame, Belmont, and St. Francis athletic departments. For everybody here at KMVT, I'm Paul Cunningham. Thank you.